The week starts off on a hot note. Near record high heat is on the table. Today and tomorrow, temperatures are reading between the upper 80s. We saw a lot of people downtown enjoying the sunshine, shirts off. It's bright and hot out there. Today, a live look around Denver. Nothing but sunshine, clear skies everywhere. Enjoy the heat because we're going to cool down in a few days, so enjoy it right now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. I love the heat. Let's get right to 9 News Weather Impact. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin with more on this hot day in store for us. And the heat kind of keeps on rolling until tomorrow, right, Kath?
It does. Alex, a forecast for you to love and a complete pattern flip from what we saw this time last week with 3 days of rain that brought our monthly total, well, to the monthly total over many areas. So yeah, the summer heat is on. We've got clear skies, which will be nice. There's a big, bright, full May flower moon tonight that should be clearly visible. Temperatures today in the mid-80s. The record is 90. We'll be very close to 90 both this afternoon and again tomorrow. The wind is important because with an increase in wind out of the southwest and the elevated temperature forecast, we will be looking at elevated fire danger. We have wind advisories out for the western slope, drying out the soils in the atmosphere as those winds increase. We're in between two storm systems. High pressure is the dominant feature, so it's allowing in only enough moisture for a couple of hit and miss tiny weak showers on the far northeastern plains, not getting a lot of water on the ground and not seeing a lot of thunder and lightning with it. So this will be a trend tonight and again tomorrow. So you can make your outdoor plans and your travel plans. Pretty quiet forecast for the next 12 hours. Mid-80s now, dropping to the 60s by 11 o'clock tonight. Weather headlines include a mild evening. There's a midweek storm potential we'll talk about coming up, and the record high temperature potential also. 90 degrees not out of the question this week.
Well, as the weather heats up, people on motorcycles are back out on Colorado roads. Today, CDOT put out a warning and a call to action as the state sees a record of motorcycle fatalities.
Survivors and victims of motorcycle crashes gathered to share their plea to distracted drivers. For more on that, let's get to 9 News reporter Jeremy Hohola, who's live in Thornton at the scene of a recent motorcycle crash that killed 2 people. Jeremy?
Yeah, hi there, Kim. Here at the corner of Thornton Parkway and Welby Road, nearly a month ago, a fatal motorcycle crash occurred here. A 38-year-old man was killed, along with a 12-year-old girl who was his passenger. A teenager has been arrested in this case. This afternoon, victims in other crashes are calling on the public to keep an eye out for people on motorcycles and to keep aware of people on bikes. According to the latest state numbers, Colorado saw 165 motorcycle fatalities last year. This is a record number for the state, a 22% increase from the prior year. The state says that is due to distracted drivers not paying attention to motorcycles on the road. This afternoon, we heard from law enforcement along with victims and survivors of motorcycle crashes. They are calling on the public to be aware of more people on motorcycles this time of year because, of course, we have the warm weather. The state also announced a campaign for people to wear helmets. In Colorado, adults age 18 and over are not required to wear a helmet, but children must have them on. But sometimes even a helmet is not enough. In the case of Colby Springs, who was killed on his motorcycle by a distracted driver back in 2021. He was actually wearing a helmet at the time. We heard from his mother today.
First off, I would say put your phones down. Stop being distracted by your phones. He was riding and the driver, I guess oncoming, was turning left on a flashing yellow light and didn't see him. He was distracted. Every time I heard a bike, every time I saw one, it was pretty rough, but he was doing what he loved. I would never take that from him.
And remember, there is a new law called the lane filtering law that actually allows motorcyclists to pass vehicles through vehicles, between vehicles, when traffic is static, like at red lights. We asked Colorado State Patrol if they have any data if any motorcyclists have been killed doing that legal maneuver. They say they are not aware of any cases, but they are still working on getting that sort of data. Live in Thornton for now, Jeremy Hohola, 9 News.
Okay, well, you highlight an important thing, and we're going to see more and more because of the weather. Share the road. Be safe. All right, thank you, Jeremy.
Yep.
We are learning that a man from Colorado died last week in a motorcycle crash in Canyonlands National Park in Utah. According to the National Park Service, rangers responded to a car crash involving a motorcycle at the entrance to the Island of the Sky district in the park. The victim was identified as 71-year-old Bruce Griffith of Copper Mountain. Not many details have been released about what led up to the crash. It remains under investigation.
In Aurora, a man convicted of a deadly hit and run was sentenced to 14 years in prison. Nearly 2 years ago, police say 44-year-old Torrey Conyers was seen on surveillance video stealing from a Walmart. He then fled from officers when they tried to pull him over. Police say he ran a red light and hit someone, and he killed him at a crosswalk. The woman accused of shooting inside Main Event Arcade in Highlands Ranch is back inside a Douglas County courtroom. According to the 23rd Judicial District Attorney's Office, the judge is weighing whether or not to reduce her bond. Prosecutors say 23-year-old Nevaeh Crowley Sanders got into a fight with a woman, then shot her inside a bathroom inside of Main Event. After, police say Crowley Sanders left the bathroom and fired one more shot inside the building before walking to the parking lot. This is the same incident where Dougco deputies shot and killed Jalen Sebron outside the arcade while responding to the shooting inside.
A man who hit and killed a parafencer was sentenced today. Police say Jimmy Lee Chavez hit 29-year-old Terry Engel in February of 2024 at the intersection of Kipling Street and West 23rd. Engel's friends said he was a fencer and he used a wheelchair because he had been injured in a motorcycle accident. Chavez was sentenced to 16 years at the Department of Corrections.
CDOT is working to open for the summer season, and the low snowpack in that part of the state might mean the pass could open sooner than expected. The pass usually opens by Memorial Day weekend, and today CDOT and the Colorado Avalanche Mitigation Center are working along Highway 82 near Independence Pass, doing avalanche mitigation work to get the pass open. Teams dropped about 40 explosives from a helicopter to trigger those slides. This year, avalanche forecasters say the snowpack is about as low as they've seen in, 15 years, and about half of what it should be. Still, they managed to trigger some slides, but not quite as much as in past years, which means Independence Pass could open sooner than normal.
Hopefully, we'll speed up the timeline to be able to open it up. We'll see what happens over the next few weeks. I mean, Mother Nature's Mother Nature. We could still get snow in May. But fingers crossed. We'll use this. The snowpack is thin. We might get a surprise. You'll see.
Along with mitigation work, CDOT crews repair damage that might have happened to Highway 82 when it's closed during the season. Well, when Independence Pass does reopen, the drive between Twin Lakes and Aspen is regarded as one of the most beautiful drives in the entire country.
The next time firefighters at Denver International Airport respond to a fire, they're going to be doing it without spewing harmful chemicals into the environment. DIA says it's removing the use of PFAS chemicals from its fleet of aircraft rescue and firefighting vehicles. According to the EPA, PFAS are chemicals used in a variety of products like nonstick pans, waterproof clothing, but they don't break down in the environment. Experts have linked them to many serious health issues. DIA will now use fluoride-free foam.